I mean, there's no game element there, but you can see how flexible waveform can be. I mean, you're scrolling, and as you scroll, the animations that are tied to they're anchored to your scrolling. So you've got these beautiful little slick animations that load into the screen.
Yeah.
And that's just the menu. So as soon as the learner gets here, they're engaged straight away. Then you can even take them back into the kind of more classical, let's say, e-learning interface, but you got them at this point, right?
Yeah.
And they're not going to close the window. They're not going to just skip right through it. They're engaged.
Yeah, I mean, I'm controlling this again with just my scroll wheel on my mouse, so that kind of that feels nice already. You know, it's not a typical click a button, click next. The way this kind of functions is this is all kind of timeline based. So with Waveform, there's a timeline built into it, which can be literally time, and this could you could have this playing out without me interacting with it, just based on how many seconds have passed. But equally, we can kind of tie it into the scroll wheel and the scroll position of your screen, so that is kind of driving the timeline instead. So that's what's happening here. And at the bottom here, I don't know whether you can see on your webinar screen, but we've got these little guys welding the rocket at the bottom. Can you see little sparks? And yeah, there's kind of sparks flying off. All of that was done by hand. That's kind of bespoke animations of little PNG graphics rotating and little sparks that are kind of flying off on a path there and kind of fading as they go. So that was all just done by hand. So again, we can kind of do that.
It's these little details, really. That I mean, we've done courses. I mean, this is a quirky brand, and it works. It's quite cartoony, so it works. But the transitions are quite bouncy. But you could slow these right down, and we've done it for very luxurious brands, which where you have like these kind of panels fading in. We can probably show you animations of that a bit later. On another course that we're going to show at the end.
Yeah.
But that kind of, it's very slick, and it's creating a sense of
yeah, we used this timeline actually for another client. Unfortunately we can't show it to you, but where as you scrolled, you kind of controlled a car. There was a car driving down the screen, down a road, went around a roundabout, through a tunnel, through a petrol station, and finally kind of parked itself in a car park. And that was all controlled just through you kind of scrolling your scroll wheel to scroll down the screen. So kind of anything's possible. You wouldn't normally see that in an e-learning course, but here it is.
Yeah.
Should we have a look at? We've got another couple of sort of similar things for the same client. So now we're kind of scrolling horizontally rather than vertically. This is the menu, and you can see we've kind of it's like got a parallax effect. So there's different levels, different layers to the animation.
I love that. Is that a dog there?
Yeah, a little dog with his
dog animation going on.
Eyes going left and right.
Yeah, that's the thing though. These little details, right? There's the parallax there. There's so many layers to it. But if you stop for a second, you've kind of got like the Mario tap, right? The Super Mario tap. You've got these little gamified elements that make the experience straight away. You're like, that does not look like e-learning to me, at least.
No, the little cat wagging its tail. There's another one similar. I like. This is another module of the same course. So again, this is the menu, but as you drag along, the doors open on the trains, and as you get to the end, you see some people going up the escalator there. So again, it just lifts it, doesn't it? I think it's that shop window for your e-learning to have that engaging first, menu. It is the menu, but people, I'd see that and I'd think, oh, this is okay. I'm gonna have a look at this. This looks interesting.
But it's also worth adding that these are the menus. Once you click in, you still can get into. I mean, some clients don't want to have all these things. Some clients need something that's a little bit more basic or a bit more stripped down, and Waveform can do that too. I mean, these are just some visually impressive things.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, some clients are kind of uncomfortable with a full scrolling, kind of approach to presenting the content, but are happy to do that on a menu. So we sometimes, we kind of blend those two approaches to, just to, whatever the kind of requirement is. Really, we can do that.